General Jack Keane, we are pleased to have him back in our program today. Dana, good morning to you.
Couldn't have a better guest.
Yeah, here he is. So, General, go ahead and tell us what is happening now in real time with regard to the blockade and whether or not we are getting success in this war with Iran.
Well, since the ceasefire, we've seen a number of things happen. Obviously, Iran took control of the Straits. The United States went into negotiations. We've gone into those things for weeks now. There's never been a proposal yet to come close to President Trump being able to accept it. So what have we done? We established a blockade that's been incredibly effective at actually all of Iran's export shipping, whether it's oil or any other commodity, has been halted 100%. And now another critical decision that was made at the end of last week is this operation that's unfolding that you're just demonstrating, and that is to clear the mines for a lane, which has been done, and that lane hugs the country of Oman, and it's got a couple of other parts to it. It's a layered defense that goes scores of miles out from the Straits of Hormuz with hundreds of aircraft, both manned and unmanned, in an air defense posture to defeat missiles, anti-ship missiles, and drones coming to hit a target in the Straits of Hormuz. The second part of that is a dome defense right at the Straits itself. Think of a dome making certain that nothing from the land there, immediate land-based, and nothing that penetrates through that layer of defense, and certainly that's possible, it would be dealt with right at the Straits then in terms of terminal defense. And then if there's anything coming from the sea, both on the surface or underneath the surface, it will be defeated. So there's going to be that kind of dome over the Straits to protect it in terms of terminal defense. Then the last part of this is for a couple of weeks now, CENTCOM has been talking to ship owners, the ship insurers, and actually the captains of the ship. And there's a number of ships that once we're able to achieve security, and the lane is already clear, and we feel comfortable about the defense I just described being in place, there are ship merchants and owners who are willing to move their ships through the Straits. We'll see if that actually happens. The Iranians, of course, are going to be doing what they can to stop that from happening, talking to them, intimidating them, coercing them. And the Iranians, once we do start moving ships through, will retaliate. It's likely they're going to try to penetrate. If they are unable to penetrate, and we think we're pretty comfortable that that'll be kept to a minimum, they'll likely go someplace else to retaliate. U.S. bases, possibly our allies and partners, take some kind of action, because believe me, this is a center of gravity for them that they achieved when they shut down the Straits of Hormuz. They always knew it was in their plan. They never thought it would be as successful as it is. And let's give them credit. The enemy has a vote here, and they were able to achieve that end, and now we're about to take it away from them.
There's another piece of this, and that I'm curious about this. Pat Ryan is a Democrat from New York, is a congressman. He was talking about China being emboldened, and we've got this big trip coming up next week. America's Newsroom, Bill Hemmer, he will be there. The president's got this big summit, and this is what they were talking about in terms of missile stockpiles.
The American people are now significantly less safe, and China in particular is emboldened because of this unwise move. We burned, in a matter of weeks, very important air defense interceptor munitions that will take us a decade to rebuild at the current rate. Anyway, we need to speed up that rate.
What do we need to know about missile stockpiles? Do they have that wrong?
They have part of that wrong. Well, first of all, he sees the negative of it. Yes. Have we expended a considerable amount of munitions? Of course. I mean, that's been wildly publicized. Are we reproducing that at the rate we're used to? Absolutely not. This is a full court press. This is why the Deputy Secretary of War, Feinberg, businessman from right here in New York City, very successful, is changing the business practices of the department dramatically. We are on an accelerated path to reproduce things at a rate we have never done before. Now look at the other flip side of it. So does China understand we've expended a lot and what would happen in the Indo-Pacific region? Does that give them, in their minds, a decided advantage? I don't think so. Why? You've seen the demonstration of American power here, and so have they. They can't do the degree that we can, oceans away, and deliver that kind of capability as focused as it is and sustained as it is for days, to take apart systematically everything a country values. They have never done it. The last time they ever fought anybody was the North Vietnamese, and they had to turn their tail and leave. They have wanted to replicate the United States capability to do joint operations. They've copied our methods. They've copied our organizations, Dana, but they are unproven. Are they a formidable threat? You betcha. Do they exceed any other threat that the United States is facing in the world today? Absolutely. Wow. So, yeah, we've got to make certain we establish an effective deterrence there. We've got to make certain that we're willing to stand up and support our allies and partners in the region, and they have to understand that in their head, that the United States is fully prepared to deal with this. We have demonstrated in this administration, I think, returning the United States to its, I think, rightful role as the world's global leader. We demonstrated that in Venezuela with that brilliant operation to halt what was happening there. We've demonstrated the Midnight Hammer and supporting the Israelis full out. Remember, the Biden administration was holding back on support for Israel, curbing their operations. Trump came in and gave them everything in terms of what we were denying them in weapons capability, green-lighted them to finish Hamas, green-lighted them to go after Hezbollah, and then green-lighted them after 60 days of discussions with the Iranians. On the 61st day, the war started in June. Trump did that with Netanyahu, go. And then we supported them. China watching all of that.
Thank you, General. So much to have you. So pleasure to have you in here today.
Yeah, it's great being here.
See you.
We got a long list of things to talk about. We will again very soon. Jack Keane, thank you.
Hey, you know the Yankees are playing tonight, right?
They are playing. Good luck to you. Okay.
Is that why you're here?
That's one of the reasons.
Likely. As Dana mentioned, America's Newsroom is going to be broadcasting live in Beijing next week for the big meeting. The big summit with Presidents Trump and Xi, May 12 to May 14, coverage on everything between the world's two big superpowers. Thank you, General. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.